Get your growling, something like a Black Panther. Tryna touch a meal, saying get your bands up. Funkin' with the gang. Yeah, I had to man up. One fish in the air. I ain't finna put my hands up.
Community upliftment, Black empowerment, support for the Black community. I think of men and women who are committed to doing what they could to educate and feed and support Black youth, but also their Black contemporaries.
I don't know, like stereotypical stuff like, you know, black leather jackets and the berets. I feel like fighting for freedom is another good one that comes to mind.
When I think of the Black Panther Party, the first thing that really comes to mind is really an organized group of people that were fighting for equal rights for everybody. So it may have been with aggression or just getting word out there. I think the point was definitely brought across, and it was definitely during a time in our history that was very much needed, and it continues to serve its purpose in helping unify people of color.
Can you expand on that?
I don't think they do. I think what was encouraged was reactionary behavior. So I don't know. In the time that you look back and you see guns and stuff, and you think damn, they were violent. These are gangsters with conscience, stuff like that. They were saying, right? But in reality, they were dealing with Black people are dealing with violence regularly. So it's just reactionary violence kind of.
We actually have been talking about it in one of my classes, and from what we've been talking about, it doesn't encourage violence, but violence is a necessary form of liberation, as violence is how white people got their power in America. The only way for any other groups to regain their power is to use violence. So it's not advocating for violence, but it's recognizing that that is the only true way in which people are going to be liberated.
I don't believe they encourage violence. No, they encourage defense against white supremacy of the 60s and 70s. They were for protecting their own community from the violence that had been coming from outside of it for 400 years.
I guess you could say it's a lot of aggressors. So it's people who aren't afraid to use violence if necessary, but people forget that it's the if necessary. They don't go out and just start fighting cops or hitting white people. They do it if necessary.
I think the biggest critique is, like you said, the violence part of it, and because it was a lot of fear, and so when you see a group of people who may be perceived as angry, you think that it's just about violence. But to me, I didn't perceive it as anger. When I would see those photos, I saw it more as people who were really united together in what they were doing and in the cause of it. So to me, it gives me a sense of empowerment, saying that if this group of people can do it, then all of us can make that change too, for that part of it.
I think most people think of the Black Panther movement as some kind of militia or splinter Black separatist movement, but in actuality it was a community movement that was built to, or established to really help, like I said, the Black community thrive in a rather hostile environment that had high rates of unemployment, high rates of incarceration, high rates of other things that as a compact community they weren't wanting or willing to have it be a part of their time and their place in their space.